Christmas 2026. You're sitting on your sofa, surrounded by wrapping paper and relatives you've been politely tolerating since noon. You need an escape, and HBO, in what might genuinely be the most perfectly timed television premiere in history, is going to give you one. After 25 years, 7 books, 8 films, 3 Fantastic Beasts movies that we're all collectively pretending were better than they were, the Wizarding World is getting a full, faithful, big-budget television series on HBO, the same network that brought you prestige drama after prestige drama. They didn't hand this to just anyone, and based on everything we know so far, they might actually pull this off. Today we're breaking down everything: the cast, the creative team, the controversies, the details that fans have been going absolutely feral about online. And yes, a few things even die-hard fans might have missed. Let's go to Hogwarts. Section 1. Wait, do we actually need this? Let's get the obvious question out of the way, because someone in your life has already said it. Why are they remaking Harry Potter? The films were fine. And technically, yes, the films were fine. Some of them were great. But here's the thing the films could never fully solve. 8 movies, 7 books, thousands of pages of story, characters, subplots, world-building details, entire arcs, cut, compressed, or quietly dropped because there simply wasn't time. The creative team behind the show will be able to use material that had to be cut from the movies to fit that medium's runtime. And for book readers, that's enormous. That's nearly 3 decades of, but they left out the part where, finally getting answered. Each of the movies was between 2 and 3 hours long, but each season of the series will give us far more time in the Wizarding World than that. Easter egg number 1, pay attention. The show's being filmed at Warner Brothers, Studios Leavesden in Hertfordshire, the exact same studio where the original films were shot. Same sound stages, same halls. The new Hogwarts set is being built in a place where Daniel Radcliffe literally walked as a child. Make of that what you will. So no, this isn't a lazy cash grab disguised as nostalgia. It's a genuine, decade-long creative commitment to telling the whole story, properly, finally. Section 2, the cast. New faces, big names, and one very brave American. Let's talk about the cast, because this is where things get interesting. HBO held auditions for over 32,000 children to play Harry. Executive producer Mark Mylod and the casting team reviewed 500 to 1,000 audition tapes per day during the long process. 32,000 children. That is not a casting call. That is a national event. Dominic McLaughlin will play Harry Potter, Arabella Stanton will play Hermione Granger, and Alistair Stout has landed the role of Ron Weasley. The 3 are largely newcomers with few prior acting credits, which is exactly right. Unknown kids stepping into iconic roles, just like 2001. The symmetry is deliberate and honestly quite smart. Now, the adult cast. This is where HBO flexed. John Lithgow as Dumbledore, Papa Acedu as Severus Snape, Janet McTeer as Minerva McGonagall, Nick Frost as Rubeus Hagrid. Let that land for a second. The man is genuinely beloved, physically convincing, and has a warmth to him that could make this the definitive Hagrid. Bold call, correct call. Easter egg number 2. Warwick Davis, who played Phileas Flitwick in all 8 original films, has been confirmed to reprise his role in the new series. He is the only cast member connecting the original films directly to this new world. One foot in both timelines. A living bridge between eras, and then there's John Lithgow as Dumbledore. This marks the first time that the Harry Potter series has hired a non-British or Irish actor to play a main character. Lithgow himself has assured fans he will use a British accent and will work closely with a dialect coach. The man won an Emmy playing Winston Churchill. If anyone can pull off distinguished British authority, it's him. Section 3. The controversy nobody can avoid talking about. We're not going to pretend this doesn't exist, because it does, and ignoring it would be dishonest. There are 2 major controversies surrounding this series, and they are very different in nature. Controversy 1, the casting of Snape. Papa Acedu's casting drew criticism from some fans due to Snape being described in the books as white. In March 2026, Acedu revealed that he had received death threats and racist abuse on social media because of the casting. Let's be absolutely clear. Death threats over a fictional character's portrayal are indefensible. Full stop. Papa Acedu is a phenomenally talented actor. His work is extraordinary, and anyone who has seen him perform knows that he has the depth, the quiet menace, and the emotional complexity that Snape demands. This casting is bold, and it might be one of the most memorable choices this series makes. Controversy 2, J.K. Rowling. The author's public statements in recent years have generated significant ongoing debate. The show exists in complicated territory because of it, and audiences are going to have to decide individually how they navigate that. We're not here to tell you what to think. We're here to tell you the show exists and what's in it. Both conversations are real, both matter, and neither one is going away. Section 4. The creative team. This is why it might actually be great. Here's the part that genuinely excites us, because the names behind the camera are extraordinary. Succession duo Francesca Gardner and Mark Mylod write and direct, respectively. Gardner serves as showrunner and executive producer, and Mylod will direct multiple episodes. The show that redefined what prestige television drama could look like. Relentless tension, character-first storytelling, moral complexity, wrapped in entertainment that feels effortless. That DNA applied to Hogwarts. Think about that. Easter egg number 3. The working title. Principal photography began on July 14, 2025, under the working title Dark Train. Dark Train. Not exactly subtle if you think about it. The Hogwarts Express runs through the entire series as a symbol of crossing between worlds, the ordinary and the magical, the known and the unknown. They hid the show in plain sight with a name that was basically a wink to anyone paying attention. And the music. Hans Zimmer and his music company, Bleeding Fingers Music, have been revealed to compose the score. Hans Zimmer, the man behind Inception, Interstellar, The Dark Knight, Dune. He's now composing the soundtrack for a children's school for wizards. We don't know if he'll reference John Williams' iconic original theme or build something entirely new. Either decision is fascinating. Either decision will be discussed for months. Easter egg number 4. The Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone trailer became the most watched trailer in HBO and HBO Max history within days of release. It dethroned every HBO show that came before it. Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, Euphoria, all of them. The wizarding world just walked into the building and immediately sat at the head of the table. Section 5. What to actually expect and when. Let's get practical. What are you actually getting and when? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is set to premiere on Christmas Day, Friday, December 25th, 2026, on HBO and HBO Max, which is, in terms of strategic timing, genuinely inspired. A fantasy story about a child discovering a magical world, launching on Christmas morning. Someone earned their bonus for that idea. The first season will consist of 8 episodes, each one covering the first book in depth, with room to breathe that the 2001 film never had. The plan at HBO is to adapt all 7 Harry Potter books for the new series, with a 10-year commitment to bringing the franchise to life on TV. 10 years, 7 seasons, one story told completely. By the time this series ends its run, the 3 children playing Harry, Ron, and Hermione will be adults. They'll age into their roles in real time, which is something the films could never do, and which gives this adaptation something genuinely unique and irreplaceable. We're not just getting a retelling, we're getting a 10-year event. A shared cultural experience that will define a generation of viewers the way the original films defined a generation before them. That is, if they don't mess it up. Which, given this creative team, seems unlikely. Harry Potter is coming back, not as a prequel, not as a spin-off, not as a legacy sequel where an older Harry shows up looking tired and slightly resentful. The real story from the beginning, with a cast that auditioned 32,000 children to find the right one, with the Succession showrunner at the helm, with Hans Zimmer writing the score, with HBO writing the checks. Christmas 2026. Whether you grew up with the books, the films, or both, something is waiting for you on that day that is going to feel, against all cynical odds, like coming home. And if you listen very carefully between now and then, you might just hear it. The Hogwarts Express, leaving the station. Drop a comment. Are you team excited or team skeptical about the HBO series? We want to know. We're reading all of them. Like and subscribe if you want to stay ahead of everything happening in the world of film and television. We cover it all. Trailers, deep dives, Easter eggs, controversies. Every single week. See you in the next one.